are subject to, open session public meetings are subject to being recorded. Your image and voice will be recorded. We'll call the meeting to order at 6:01. And I think we just have minutes from the June 23rd meeting. And I think all of us were at that one. So all
It
in
looks
favor of
okay
the
to me,
minutes?
but I can't remember anything, so I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Unless she'd written something with like dinosaurs came to the meeting, I feel like I would have remembered that.
All right.
Yeah.
All in favor? Aye.
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 Okay. Minutes. We didn't have anything. Did we have an SBET? Did you have an SBET?
No, the next
SBET
is
meeting?
August 19th.
Okay.
And they're starting to talk about a fall forum. I don't really know what kind of.
Sorry, 19th?
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 to 2 on Zoom.
Okay. I feel like we should.
I don't know if I mentioned this anytime earlier, but I was looking back through some things and I probably didn't because this struck me. But the median family income for Eastern Worcester County, which is our section, which is us, is $173,700. Last year it was $147,700.
Okay.
That just seems huge to me.
That's family or?
Yes, median
Okay.
family income. So, the 80% mark of that is $104,200 for 4 people. I just think that's huge. And I don't remember seeing that, so I thought I'd stick it out there.
Yeah, because whatever we do for.
Because we're at the 80% mark. Is that?
I think
Am
so.
I remembering that right?
That sounds
So
right.
a family of 4 can make up to $104,200 to qualify.
I also found out, because there was an intern from Metro West doing a thing, if any of us ever need to know what the utility benchmark is, or the utility allowance, we use Worcester Housing Authority's numbers,
Okay.
which nobody knew. So now I'm passing that information along, so the next time that question comes up, we have an answer. And it was funny because the intern was from Metro West, and I referred them back to Metro West for the answer. Like, go talk to you do this. I have these questions. I'm going to send them over to you.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
Utility benchmarking, so it's just part of the
It's
budgeting
sort of-
process, how much
So, I think it's when you have an affordable home, you're allowed to charge so much for rent and utilities, and there's a number for utilities. So like the apartments, they can only charge X for utilities, or
they can't make
I
people
think
pay them
the
themselves?
combination probably has to.
Wow, okay.
I'm
Yes,
not sure,
they
but
can.
yes,
But
but
if they don't.
you have to. There's only a certain
well.
amount, I think, right?
I mean, I'm not sure that applies to everyone, but there's formulas when assistance or subsidy or affordability is determined in that way, and that's within whoever's figuring it out. I'm not sure that's like a law, but that's how calculations are done to determine, qualifying income and what portion of what is what. Yeah.
Yeah, and your rent plus your utilities would have to be X.
I
to be
don't
in the
think that's
formula,
anything. Usually whatever person is doing the qualification has their formula, and it's like Greek. It's no one really
Yeah.
knows the numbers or how to figure it. It's just something they tell you.
Awesome, very transparent.
Yeah. At least in my experience. So there's no really way they do it.
Okay.
And maybe from my side, I'm not privy to that information, so they may tell the tenant that, but not me.
Yeah. But those numbers at least they're Worcester Regional.
So it would be the Worcester area. Because as far as the median family income, or Eastern Worcester, it's like its own edge of Worcester. It's not really Worcester. Worcester is, we're more Harvard and those towns rather than Worcester Central District. It's good to know.
Backing up.
Yep.
The median family income data, what year is that for?
That's 25.
2025, so right now.
So
Okay.
that came out in April. April.
That's HUD or?
Yeah, HUD.
Okay.
And I just think that's huge. But where some of our commonalities are more Worcester Central Mass, we're kind of grouped in the Boston area number, which I think makes it more difficult to
yeah.
reconcile.
That happens with a lot of things. We either get stuck in Middlesex, that makes no sense, or Worcester, and yeah.
A foot in each pond with
Yeah.
a lot of things.
This is a very funny image.
I had, I'm gonna skip around a little bit because for things that Jen are not a big deal.
Mhm.
I had a meeting with CMRPC yesterday, just a really brief kickoff meeting for the first time Homebuyers Down Payment Program. They're excited to work with us. They will probably attend either we just did dumb stuff or not, like, I didn't do anything relevant.
Great, dumb stuff.
Wait, so this was not a training. This was an
No.
organizing.
This was for our first time homebuyers program. We signed a contract for that.
The down payment program?
Yeah.
Right.
So I had a kickoff meeting with them yesterday. That's the meeting that I
Yes,
sent around.
Yes.
And it was just we're looking forward to working with you. Is there anything we need to know? They will probably come here to talk about where they're at or whatever in August or September.
I feel like the last time we talked about this, I thought the idea was that training would be multiple communities.
It's not a training. I'm not sure.
First time home.
It's not.
Got
a,
it.
It's not
I-
a training.
I'm
It's our.
thinking training. No, sorry. Never
It's
mind.
our
Okay,
program.
this is just okay. As part of that, as part of getting an affordable unit, you have to go through first-time homebuyers training, which is why that stuck in my head. And I did believe we talked about them sort of sorting out resources for that. Okay.
I don't. Yeah.
For buying an affordable house, you have to go through, or for getting this loan.
Well, you would have to because you have to be in under the affordable
You'd be in the-
bucket to
so
qualify.
I mean, there is potentially you don't have to qualify for 40B to get. So there's a
Yeah.
It
Right,
depends on what program you're going through,
Right.
because 40B, I did not have to actually go through a first-time home buying program. I had to go through that for the soft second.
Yeah.
That's why.
But regardless,
right. So you have to follow
this
up.
has nothing
right,
to do with
I'm back. I'm here. Follow up in August or September from them.
Yes.
Okay.
And I just sort of gave him the history and said, go forth and create. So we are moving forward with that finally, which makes me happy.
That's awesome.
So CPA update, MOU. Where are
We
at
haven't
with
we
it?
haven't met.
We haven't met since we did.
Okay,
huh?
they take July off. That's the only where
Okay.
we took it off this year at any rate.
All right.
So they have the document, and it will be discussed at the next meeting, which is the first week in August.
Okay. Legion Hall. Kate has been working on the perk test stuff, so I'll let
Yeah.
her give you an update.
So I have actually 3 proposals. Dilson Roy, Ross, and Haley Ward. And the overall perk septic design is like $5,000 or something, and I said, well, we don't need all of that. So it sounds like we have DPW on board to dig. which is
Yeah, I
great.
talked to them.
I think the Neshoba fee is waived for municipalities.
Mhm.
So that's right there, $1,000 or so, savings, which is awesome. And then I just have to sift through, and I kinda wanna look at, I asked just a feasibility quote, just to say, this will support a 2-bedroom home, or it won't, like, they'll know from the soil test. And so each have included different things in what would be needed for that. For example, Ross has included a conservation delineation, which I think we could
we could
skip.
probably have Carolyn do that if it's necessary, right? Or somebody from conservation do that if it's necessary.
Is it
I don't know that it
Good
is,
question.
but I feel like
Good question. It will likely be necessary because I believe, are wetlands to the rear of that
Oh, okay.
property. And even if it is not on that property, if it's within a certain area,
Yeah.
they do need to delineate it. So I'm not sure if the Concom can do that delineation,
I will.
or if it needs to be a botanist, a licensed botanist. So that's a good question. I can ask.
And I can check with Carolyn too, just to
But
see
and we
if
can
conservation
ask.
either has somebody that they might recommend, or or if they can do it.
Usually the engineers have people, which
Okay.
is fine. They have like all their people. But I don't know if we need any approval from Concom to park.
once again.
Because we could be digging within, a buffer area, per se, which I think we are.
Okay.
So, a good time to park is this time of year. And, that's something that really is determined, the schedule will be determined by the Board of Health. So whenever Bill Brookings is available to, be there to witness it, would dictate when it could be done. Usually the engineers and soil evaluators, work with his schedule. They work into what he dictates. I'm inclined to go with Dillis and Roy. He's been very helpful with some of the questions, i.e. the DPW digging, the Neshoba fees. He also appears to be the least expensive hourly rate. And basically what they do for parking is the soil evaluator comes by the hour. Usually it's about 4 hours. Haley Ward is $250 an hour. That's $100 more than this guy, but they don't have a minimum. And they're great. They are great. And I'm just toying around with, should we go further? Who has Ross is very interactive with the town. They're very familiar with each other. So, but I really think for parking purposes, we might go with Dillis and Roy. So, with that said, what should we do?
Do we have approval from the select board to do this work?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Alright.
If you want, I can run them through ChatGPT if you have them in digital form at all, and do a pros and cons. We'll do a pros and cons on them that we can look at.
Huh. Oh boy, she's hooked.
I am
She's
really hooked.
She's so
It
pleased to offer that
It has
too.
saved
She's like,
so much work. I'm just saying, if you have them, or is it
yeah, I
just
mean
the
they're
paper?
both to different degrees though.
Okay.
So I think, I actually haven't sat and I just got this,
The third one?
yesterday. Yeah, and this one too.
Or do you feel you're
Roughly
are
it's
you more-
3 or 4 hours.
okay?
So they're kind of all in the same ballpark, but yes, I can send them over to you if you want to have
If
some
we
fun
don't have
with
to,
it.
if you are if you are comfortable with what
I
we
just
have,
haven't looked at them enough.
Okay.
But basically that's how it breaks down. Like I can see right off the bat, this is $100 more an hour. And
Okay.
it is basically by the hour for the testing. I got it paired back to that.
And you said, was there a minimum on the other one that you said, or
Well,
not?
he didn't give minimum in this one. He says 155 an hour. Budget about 620. So that's 4 hours. It's about 3 to 4 hours. And then this one, Ross. He wants to delineate the wetlands. That's $500. Soil testing. He estimates $950 for feasibility. So he's adding in the wetland delineation. So he's about $450. So they're all roughly in the same ballpark. So we have 3
Yeah.
to work with.
And we know at some point we're gonna need that delineation, but we don't know that we're gonna need it immediately.
Yeah, I mean, that's something I need to ask the Concom. And
Okay.
can we dig without delineating the resource area?
I did just text
Oh.
Carolyn. We'll see if she gets back to me before we're done. But I
Okay,
did
great.
send her a text just to see if we could get the information while we're all in the room.
Okay,
Um,
good.
and before I walked out of here and promptly forgot
Yeah.
that too.
So, I mean, minus the wetland delineation, we're somewhere between,
I'd say it's around $650.
That's
Which
is
I
a
way
perfectly
cheaper
reasonable
than we
amount of
thought.
money.
So
Right?
That's
I'm pretty pleased about that. But I mean, $1,000
but we're
of
already-
it
yeah.
was taken care of. And maybe if they waive that for now, I mean, obviously it will need to be done. And I may have it actually from the abutter on this map anyway. I mean, we might be able to
Do it from the map.
give this to the Concom and say, and see what it shows. Yeah, it's been flagged back here, but it ends, maybe not in back of the actual Legion Hall. So, they may want it to continue down there. But it probably follows the topography. And this is way up. So most of it's in the 90s, and we're up at 106. So that might be,
So it's possible.
and they
just that this
may have
visual
more
may-
information anyway.
Yeah.
And I think they do, because I think that abutter, if I remember Carolyn making a statement, that they were being sanctioned for messing with the wetlands, so they may know where every wetland is on this piece.
Okay.
Anyway.
Right. And I know when we went out there with her, she wasn't super concerned about that. I'm not sure why, but she wasn't. I remember commenting that as long as we did we didn't have a whole lot of run on it, but if you had to do a Presby system anyways because the property was so small. So she
Mhm.
didn't seem concerned at
Okay.
that point.
Yeah, I don't
Um,
think they would be, I think, but we need to ask the question. And
Yeah,
if
oh,
so,
absolutely.
it's the $500. So we're way
way
below
under what we thought
what
we
we
were gonna
thought
be.
for feasibility. I mean, I don't know, like, let's say we go with Habitat, do they continue with this, or are
Yeah.
we going to
It's
need to
it's
give
really
them the
it's really
the
up to us. We would give them
septic?
any information that we do have, so that they don't have to repeat it. But really, it's up to us how far we take things and where they take it from, and how much we donate to them to do the project or any of those types of things. Those are decisions that we would make here.
Oh,
But certainly the parking, if we perk it, that's something that they then don't have to do and don't have to pay for.
Yep.
So
which the town has to do.
if
No
we,
matter
if
what.
we are able to do this project, we need to caveat, because, you know, we're still working on that piece too.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So I think we're,
but whatever happens with it, I still go, whatever happens with it, it needed to be parked.
agreed.
And when you got the quotes, did you make clear that that was the type of system that we were looking for parking for, the Presby system?
No,
or did
it's
they
not going
care
to matter. The
They don't
soils
matter.
will dictate what will go there.
what will go there? Okay,
So that's, what I'm stuck on now
okay,
is this flow rate, because actually I understood it not to be helpful that there was a cesspool there, but in speaking with one of the engineers, if I can get some kind of capacity of what that building, we can transform that into a flow rate or whatever they do with that math. And I guess it works for us. In other words,
Okay.
it keeps us out of change of use status. And I guess that helps, because then we're not up at the maximum criteria.
okay,
So I've talked to June Miller, I've sent her an email. Barry Egger told me about the outhouses that were out back.
Rich, building inspector?
Bill has talked to the building inspector.
Okay.
No documentation
Of course not.
whatsoever. I've reached out to Jane Sawyer. I've not heard back. I'm gonna try to catch her in person.
Okay. She's normally pretty good about email, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It hasn't. It's only been a couple days. I didn't get
Yeah.
it out to her right away. So that would be helpful. That's kind of like the last thing I'm chasing.
Okay.
So hopefully they say, yeah, we had 12 students at the West Street School in 1859. You know what I mean? Like, actually, there was
12
one
seems a lot.
woman in town who's now 94, which June said she was going to be speaking with. She might be able to give me a number. But I'm like going every corner I can to try to
Okay.
fit something in there. So I have no idea, because Jane was a member of the Women's Auxiliary, so she may know how many may have met there. I also may speak with Skip, because Mr. Rainville passed. He would have definitely known. So, I mean, that's the last thing that will help with the calculation of what will fit there,
Okay.
to determine what bar we need to meet, so. But hopefully I can get this together and we can get on the next parking schedule. Does that sound like it makes sense?
So, with that said, my guess is you don't wanna wait until the August meeting to decide this, right?
I mean, could, but.
Okay, I'm just trying to figure out, how comfortable are you I am comfortable giving Kate permission to choose from the quotes and go ahead and get on said schedule. I am comfortable with that.
Yeah,
Are
you
you
know a lot more about this than
Okay.
I do.
Okay.
So that's.
So I'd like a motion to that effect so that we vote, so that,
Make a motion that we have Kate decide our parking company.
and,
I'll second that.
alright,
And
Probably
schedule it.
shouldn't be.
Oh, and schedule it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
okay.
Do we need to put how does money work
Yeah.
for that?
They will have to bill through the town and we will do a bill schedule, we do a bill schedule, the town pays them out of our article that we have.
Okay,
But we are well within our purview it comes out of the 200,
okay,
cause it's
Great.
in the goal of a community build. So,
super.
so all in favor of letting Kate go forward with the process and hiring someone to do the perk test of the 3 quotes that we have.
Aye.
Aye.
Do I vote that?
You do.
Oh, aye.
You do, yes. Yeah. I just wanna make
Have
sure
we
you're covered.
touched
and-
base
yeah.
with Habitat for Humanity in a while?
I told them that we were still pursuing things and that I would keep them, that we were pursuing the perk test, that I would
Great.
keep them informed as they went forward, with the project and with continuing to try to get permission to do the project, so,
On
Or-
that note, the historical deed restrictions, are we,
we can't,
We can't move on that until we have been given the property. The town holds the historic restriction and they can't hold it on a property they own.
so we just,
oh,
yeah,
Yeah,
we just went
that
through
was-
something similar with, a conservation restriction. We can't actually hold the conservation restriction for property that we own, so we have the property over by, Boundless Adventures.
yeah.
This is how we sort of found this out was, because we were buying that property, we had the conservation restriction on it, we had to have Sudbury Valley trustees take that over so that water on that property could become available. And it's the same with the historical, we can't do both, we can't own the property and have the historical restriction. So what would happen is if the property is transferred to us, then we could pursue the historical restriction because then the trust owns the property
And we are.
and the town would hold the
Yeah.
deed
Yeah.
restriction. Or if for other things, oftentimes it'll be deeded to the historical society and then they will hold the historical restriction.
Okay.
But we're kind of stuck
I
right
mean,
now.
we can collect all the documents and get everything ready to
Yeah.
go, but we can't do anything
We can't
about
do anything
it.
about it.
And
And
it has
then-
to be reviewed by the state, and so that's where our timing holdup could be.
Alright. How is that enforced? Who enforces that?
Well, you simply
Well,
can't, you have
this
to
is
fill
in
out the paper to
preparation
get
for
the historical.
Our meeting to ask for the property, because if we promise the historical commission this, then it's like,
Oh, well,
and the neighbor, and, you know,
well, yes,
so-
that would be part of the contract that was put together to deed us the property. There would be a rider on there that said with the understanding that
Do a historic
we will-
restriction and potentially a conservation restriction if we need one, right, all those pieces.
Yeah,
we
Yeah.
can-
it's
we can
all
put in
part of,
there.
And then who enforces that? Like they
I'm-
start putting, you know,
the historical
I mean, whoever.
commission.
whoever owns that
Similar to-
restriction.
Yeah,
Like
so
the way
the
conservation,
So they have
the way
that police
conservation
conservation, so the
enforces.
Okay.
conservation commission
Okay,
enforces conservation restrictions, the historical commission enforces
Okay.
historical restrictions.
that makes good sense.
Yeah.
Send Barry after him.
I know that, well, that's what I'm, that's what I'm picturing, you know?
Yeah,
Ooh, we have answers.
Carolyn, let me check the map.
Oh.
But we have her online. We have our expert on text.
Awesome.
All right. Yeah. So
Alright.
it's a chicken and egg thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So
But yeah, I just had pictures of the
Yeah.
historical
Yeah.
commission going up there and saying,
The big piece will be obviously, Habitat's familiar with doing with these sort of builds, and the envelope piece is really is easy. The sort of more ongoing things, people adding a shed, things like that,
Ah,
right? Which
yeah,
you're
yeah.
not, which you're not going to be allowed to do, right? So
yeah, and Habitat was actually thrilled.
yeah, it's
They don't want to.
it's
They don't want to
integrity of
touch
the
the
integrity
yeah.
of the envelope and the roof line are the key pieces.
mm-hmm.
And it also wasn't the first one that they had done. So
Yeah.
they're
Yeah, she
they're
did a great
well aware.
presentation.
Yeah.
With one they had just done.
Yeah.
It looked great.
Yeah.
Like, oh. So, nice.
Yeah. So with that said, so we've got the perk thing under
is.
Town,
Sorry.
Yep.
So we're talking about riders and stuff like that. We have a historical rider on it, or will have.
part of the understanding is if we are deeded the Legion Hall,
Uh-huh.
we would pursue a historical restriction on it because it is a historic building. So we want it to remain
Historic,
looking
like it
the way
is,
it does
right.
now.
Even in the event that the state, that there's some reason the state's like it doesn't qualify or whatever, since they're the ones who determine that, we do have some power in terms of our work with Habitat, restricting,
That's
whether or not it's
that's not where I'm going with this.
okay, but
thank
that's
you.
just random piece of information.
This is supposedly being developed for affordable housing.
Mhm.
Is there going to be an affordable housing rider on?
Oh yeah.
PPP?
Yes.
Okay.
Habitat, the best way to learn about that is to go on Habitat's website
Okay.
and look at how they structure things.
Okay.
Absolutely, and it's their threshold tends to be lower than the actual affordable stuff too.
Okay.
Or what? I mean, or lower than say 40B.
Okay.
So
If you have
it's
40
truly
80%,
they are
they
truly
come in under that.
affordable.
Affordable. Okay.
So it looks like anything in front of the building is at least 100 feet away. Where are you looking to put a septic?
To the right-hand side, we're gonna start. So, about where the cesspool is currently, really,
Where the cesspool? Okay.
which is the right-hand side of the building.
Text her.
Is that noise?
Tell her.
It's over
So
there.
Maybe, can I send her a picture of this map?
Sure. She has the map up in front of her, I think.
This map?
I don't know what map she has,
She
but she has a
probably
map.
has a topographical map,
Okay.
but, so.
Yeah.
How do I
Do
take a
what
picture
you
of
need
this?
to do. You are driving.
A picture of this. I'm not, like,
You can take a picture
How
and
do I-
point.
Oh, just
I have no idea.
move.
But
Put it
then
in
it's
there.
also gonna have
Okay.
Just
a
like right here.
conservation,
If we need one,
Okay.
I mean
So,
there are
just thinking of how many
regulations,
restrictions on this.
but I mean
deed,
potentially
you
it could
know,
end up with 3,
Right.
right?
And I mean, I'm not, I'm just like,
Comes with baggage.
don't we all?
Send it.
Although most of us don't have it recorded at the
Okay.
registry.
It's easier than explaining.
So we need to start talking about the November town meeting and what we need to do before the November town meeting, which involves visiting and trying to get buy-in from other committees in town would be. So the committees that I think we need to start with are probably finance, historical, and we know that they were on board last time, but we need to make sure that they still are and that they do an
Know that you're
official.
doing this again, yeah.
I want them to actually go on record as
Yes,
supporting the
approve
project
this.
if they're gonna support the project,
Yes.
because I wanna go in with
With a list of everybody
recreation
They
and,
were vocal against.
well, except that wasn't recreation, that was one individual.
True.
So and that individual is not on actual recreation. I would like to talk to the recreation committee, who
Okay.
would be the one who would
Oh,
need to drive this.
No longer on rec?
No,
Okay.
no. So I think we need to talk to recreation and come to some sort of
At least, you know.
meeting of the minds on that.
You know, it's a 2-to-1 kind of thing, or whatever, kind of, I don't know.
I believe there are only currently 2 members on
2
rec.
members, okay. Well, one
But,
versus,
I mean,
don't
right.
know.
Council on Aging and the select board. I would like endorsements from all of those if we can get them.
I mean,
Or at
technically-
least to have the conversations so that we know what we're looking
Mhm.
at
The
when we bring
select
this.
board is the one who's
They are.
actually putting this on the warrant.
But I want an actual
And-
vote, and I
and
want
an official, yeah.
this is the, which means I will go and say I will get this on the agenda again and say we need to talk about Legion Hall, and we need to either come up with a plan to, sort of rule out or endorse
Mhm.
something with the building. That's fine for testing. A delineation will need to be done to put it in if it goes there. Awesome.
Cool.
So we don't need it now.
So we're down to like probably 4 hours of time, and I'll probably will go with Dillis and Roy anyway, but I'll dig into that a little more later.
So
What other councils are there? I mean,
I-
committees.
I feel like those are the main ones. Those are the ones that came up. Those are the ones
CPA?
that CPA is. I mean, they tacitly endorse us but we can. I mean, we
I can ask if we can get
I mean,
a-
even if
a
it's
stand,
redundant, it's
even
nice
if
to
they-
have-
Yeah, I don't know if they feel like they can do that, but I'll ask. I mean.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know what other committees there are.
Okay. This means we need to attend meetings and get on the agenda at these meetings. So,
So Rec's next meeting is August 8th at 10 in the morning. Sorry, Historic is
historic.
August 8th at 10 in the morning.
I can do that. I was
okay.
planning on it anyway, actually.
Okay. So
Council.
Kate gets historic.
Council on Aging is 4 o'clock on August 26th.
I do not want that.
August 26th. I need to go to that, but I need to go as their liaison.
Okay.
So-
August 26th.
I'm
If-
available August 26th.
Um,
August 26th. That's a Tuesday. We can go together if you want.
Sure.
Or you could,
Okay.
totally take it.
no, I think until you are up to speed, I think
Right?
Beth needs to go too. And I will be there. I just, it's a hat issue.
It is totally a hat
It's a
issue.
hat
Get that.
issue.
Yeah, which is fine. Rec's next meeting is 7:15 on August 14th.
And I will post a
7,
meeting for
15?
us.
7:15.
Or 8:15.
This says 7:15.
Okay, because that's last week.
August 14th.
Oh. I thought you said 7:15.
I did.
Okay.
Sorry,
Okay.
7:15 p.m.
Oh.
is the time.
Never mind. August
It is a weird time, right? So it definitely makes it a little.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
The 14th.
The
Coming up.
14th.
All right.
The 14th of the next month.
7:15 p.m.
Okay. Who wants to do rec? I don't mind going to rec. I'm not there.
I could go if you'd like.
I don't know.
You
if
wear
I'm
a lot of
here.
hats.
Okay. I guess I have to make sure. I'm pretty sure I'm there on the
14.
fourth.
Just look at that for a second.
And it doesn't hurt to have two of us there either. I think
Right.
that's probably a good call.
Finance?
When's the next do they have something scheduled
I
yet?
don't think they have anything
Thursday.
scheduled. They'll
Probably
have-
not until closer.
until time June 18th already happened. So they don't have July 9th. Yeah, they don't have anything scheduled.
Okay, so we need to keep an eye on finance, and I'll probably know that before you, April.
Yeah. Planning?
Sure. I'm
I'll ask the
also-
COA.
Or Carolyn.
Planning doesn't.
I am the liaison for planning also.
Okay. That meeting, all right, that is a Zoom meeting
Yeah,
on August 12th at 7:30, and I am definitely not here for that one.
when is that one? I
August
should know that,
12th.
August 12th, because I was gonna at least stop in and say hi, but
It's a
I
Tuesday.
can double hat for that one too, that's fine.
You are Lisa. Select board will be Lisa.
You mean planning?
Select board and
And, yeah.
planning, unless you would rather have, would you rather have?
I would be nice,
somebody else?
once again, to just have somebody else there from, so if we could have two of us go to each of these, I think that is probably
Okay.
a good thing.
I can go to the select board.
What,
Okay.
when was the select board?
Can it be on the
It-
next agenda will be the,
It would be not this coming Monday, but the following Monday.
that's August something.
August 4th?
Is it August?
Mm-hmm.
I can make sure, but
What time?
they start at 6:30.
And that's in person?
It is,
Monday nights are hard because those are my
Yeah.
late
Yeah.
nights.
okay.
And Lauren
I
may
will
wanna,
try to come.
Lauren may wanna come to, like,
Yeah.
do something.
Yeah. Yeah, anything she wants to do, we can also sub her in.
I wonder, yeah, if she might come to historical with me.
Okay, so we'll check with Lauren to see if she can. If not, I will come with you, but it'd be nice to have Lauren involved in some of
Yeah.
them too.
Can, I mean, we can just show up, right? We don't need
I
to,
would get
like-
on the agenda.
Okay.
I would get on any of these, we will get on the agenda, and I can, write an email to, like, sort of one email,
You mean ChatGPT?
Possibly. possibly, but yeah, and just
It's
send
nice to have a
the
minion.
same one
If
to
it
each
happens
one
to
as
be
the
an admin,
chair.
No, I'm
all the
gonna have to
better.
get, I'm sure
You need
once
to
I
do this.
try that, I'll be
For
hooked.
for the
Like, for
town
real.
stuff, it is like ridiculous how helpful it is
I've
being.
I know.
And I know I sound like a lunatic.
No.
I'm aware I sound like
I
a
know
lunatic.
someone
but
else that feels the same way, so I'm enjoying the,
Let's see, I expect the next CPA meeting will be the 5th,
August
Okay.
5th,
yeah.
and that's you anyhow.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that one's easy enough, that is my hat, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay, so I have Kate, historical, we'll check with Lauren and see if she wants to do that one. If not, I can probably do that with you. Depending on what day of the week it is. Rec is you and me. COA is Jen
Me and
and
Jen?
Beth. And I will post that as a meeting since all three of us will be in
Right.
the room. Select board is me and Beth. CPA is Beth. Planning is me and, was that you too, Kate?
I will try.
Okay. Okay.
will
And I think
see.
that's a pretty good list of
Right,
folks
and
to
then
try to get
finance
buy-in.
to-
And
when
then
they-
finance when they,
Because since they certainly will meet before.
okay. Are we going to do something like at 19 Carter to educate or answer questions or here, wherever? Are we going to do an informational session of our own rather than just have it be part of,
I don't see why not.
okay,
I mean, and maybe it's just us sitting around, but
okay.
although I feel like there are always some people who will turn up for stuff like that. And is that a better thing to get Carolyn Reed at?
That
to
would be
potentially do a
that would be a
presentation?
good thing.
Because we're not gonna, we
Because
don't wanna do a
and then
full
we could post
presentation
it,
at
we
the.
could get them to record it.
Yes, that would be great, and then we can drop that link. Yeah, basically, yeah, the structure of that would be her to talk about their work and
And answer
the
questions.
build they
and-
did, the historic build they've done in the past, and sort of how that process would work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we would be there, hopefully by the time that we did such a thing, we will have at least talked to all of these committees and see where we're standing with those things.
Maybe late September? Is that, or should we even be later? Like, the meeting is gonna
think-
be the 9th of October?
Yeah, I think
The meeting is
October.
November.
Sorry, November, right, yes, November, right.
I
So do
would,
we
I
wanna
would do it in October.
do it in October, so it's
closer.
closer.
Okay,
Mid-October?
so mid-October is what we're looking for. Okay.
And you're thinking 19 Carter?
Well, we could talk to them about doing it at 19 Carter, or we could do it in this building, or we could do it at 1870. Any of those works. What do you all think?
What's the best for recording?
They've recorded at all of
All
those.
of them are,
so
okay, I don't have any sense of.
Oh, yeah, I would do something in a relaxed atmosphere, so less town hall, more 18,
So
19,
talk to Evie maybe, or should we talk about 1870? See if we can get 1870.
1870 is really big. 19 Carter, if we don't have a big turnout, it doesn't feel awful, right?
It's much more
right. It's
casual.
much. It is much more
Yeah.
casual, right? As opposed to.
They're both historic.
They are. They are both. They are both historic. Exactly.
I would be
And we-
19 Carter, then the
Yeah.
historic, and then.
And we might get random people at 19 Carter.
Right.
You wouldn't get
Okay.
random people at.
And this would be an
Town hall.
evening thing, probably 6:30,
Whatever works for
7
Carolyn.
o'clock.
Yeah.
Like-
Will she be recorded, right?
Hmm?
No. You mean have Carolyn there, or?
Carolyn Reed, yeah,
Have
we would bring
Carolyn
her there.
So whatever works for her.
Okay.
I think there's that balance between too late and it becomes challenging for older folks, those who don't drive at night, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
I don't wanna do it
well,
on a
it's-
weekend,
But
Definitely dark at 6:30.
exactly by then,
Over.
by then,
Yeah.
yeah.
I can check with Evie about
Okay.
sort of if it's if a weekend is possible.
I don't feel
Maybe
that a
that's not
weekend
nice
is.
unless Carolyn is like, oh, let's do it on a weekend.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I would do it during the week.
Weeknight?
Trying to think what day of the week. Not a Friday,
Mhm.
not a Monday.
So hopefully she's available on a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. Okay, Tuesday, Wednesday. Will the select board, I assume the select board will be doing a
We'll
Chat.
do the thing, yeah.
coffee hour or whatever.
And we'll-
That
we'll-
happens typically during the,
That's
sometimes
a
during the
couple
day?
weeks before. I think we might have even put that on the calendar, but I don't remember where we put it. But I can find out. It's normally a couple weeks beforehand.
Yeah, it would be highly
Like,
amusing to crash
It's, I do think we try to have the warrants out,
that
so
before.
it's gotta be within 14 days, I think.
Okay.
So we do this after the coffee chat, or?
I would do
Prior?
this prior, I think.
And then that
And
way,
then also do
if
the coffee talk.
if
you-
questions come up, we have the link available right there.
Yeah.
You know, encouraging people to look at it if they want the in-depth response versus the 30 seconds.
Yeah.
20. Yeah. It hasn't been posted as a public meeting.
What hasn't?
If you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
have picked a date,
No.
for that, it's not on your calendar.
Do we have any, were there talking points as to why people were opposed to it? That were serious in even some of them?
Yes.
Mostly it was, oh, do you have something written down? It was, there was a thought that we hadn't really looked closely at it becoming a rec center, or it becoming a senior center, or something else other than what we were proposing. That was the main thing, I think.
That
And-
was the
and-
people who talked said those things.
And in general, I think it was more of a late night muddy the water thing than an actual, that those are serious options for the building.
One that I think we need to conquer is selling it outright. I mean, there just has to be a good answer for that, even if it is so common sense that it would cost so much for the town to keep. And yes, it could sell it outright, but
Then what?
for what price? And no historical value at that point, right? Although the town could, but
Yeah.
it just needs a very matter-of-fact answer instead of a stumbly one. And other than that,
I mean, leading
That
with
was
the,
it.
we don't have enough affordable homes in town.
They don't care.
Well,
And
some people don't,
I understand,
but we only
But-
need
I will,
8 more percentage
Yeah.
points,
yeah,
right?
but
I
we are
don't,
never going to get anywhere with, we don't have an affordable housing in town.
agreed,
We're not, people
They
people
don't care.
don't care.
they don't care.
So that's not a point we can use to try to sell this.
So it's
and get
costly to
our
keep.
Yeah, it's too far out of town
It
and
has
too remote
historical
for it to
value,
be
which could be preserved.
right?
And to the tune of affordable housing, though, it's like kind. It's, if there's affordable housing, it's
Right.
kind of what people who don't care might not mind seeing,
Right.
if you will.
When it's tax, I mean, it's tax income,
It's
it's
going
the
to be
family
on the tax
who will
roll.
be paying taxes.
Mhm.
Right. So those are
It's not a gift.
right.
People get hung up on that.
How did the town get it?
It's been the town's,
It's-
it was a
It's-
schoolhouse.
It was an
Oh,
original
a
schoolhouse, yeah.
Oh.
And then it
It
became the Legion Hall.
because it was then the Legion Hall,
That's
after it was
it's
no
most
longer a
recent.
one-room schoolhouse, it was
Yeah.
the Legion Hall.
It was the Legion Hall, even though the town owned it.
But I think
It
you're
was
so
The
right.
town has to provide veterans with a place to meet. This was
Mm.
what the town provided for
Okay.
a long time. Over COVID, they decided that that wasn't a great place for a variety of reasons, and they meet here now. So they have a place to meet.
Do you know how many of them there are?
Not very many.
That's what I
Is that
need to know.
is that do they meet?
They have
Ooh.
a breakfast or
We
We
should
should
be
we should
going
figure
to
out
that.
who if is there somebody who
There's
can
a-
speak for them?
Well,
there's
Roger
Roger.
Bradley, I would think.
Yeah, he doesn't sort of head it up, but Roger is where I always start with those things, because Roger is kind.
So that would be a-
Skip Sawyer might still be.
No, it's it's a Rainville who actually does
He-
the
His
veteran-
son? Because
not
the
sure.
leader passed away.
Okay, so I'm not sure which one of them it
his
was.
first name's escaping me, but
Is it Norman?
I don't know.
Roger would also know these things. Like I said, he's my contact for those things.
Yes.
He's the one I talked to originally, and he said they have no interest in going back there, so.
Would they support it though, in a historical measure? Like, could they be a group that speaks for it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we can even go. I mean, we can even go through the like these are the, you know, in our little speech at the first blah 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 blah, or you know
Right.
the organizations, you know, and then, you know, if people feel so moved. I know there are several people who were really upset that the question got called, who had been planning on speaking in favor of it, you know, and it was just one of
It
those
was
things.
just
So we have,
so-
it's
yeah.
so late. That was just.
Yeah.
That's
so
another
terrible. really
really positive thing about doing it at, fall town meeting, is at least it will get a good hearing this time. And there were, I don't think, I do wanna push back on the idea that people don't care about affordable housing or won't care about that argument. That's not fair. That's not fair to a lot of our community, so I think you need to be careful about that.
Okay.
I mean, I agree that it's not top of their list.
not everybody, but there are.
Not
it's
everyone,
not,
but-
I don't think, I want to keep us from making generalizations in here.
Mm.
I think it's important that we do not.
Okay. I mean, certainly we
those
can make a point
generalizations.
of saying something about the affordable housing piece, certainly, but I think that there are other things that we need to tackle before that one.
Some of those pieces, the things like I do believe the lack of affordable housing in town is things people will bring up when they come up to speak for it.
Sure.
Yeah, so, yeah, but having
Yeah,
a
and,
little cadre of
yeah.
folks lined up, so it's not just us as
And
the
I
talking heads
think
in front of
saying
things.
Mhm.
truly affordable is the thing, because we are well above our numbers for
Right.
40B. So
Right.
please be careful also with that.
Right.
Because, yeah. Oh, okay, so I don't know whether, I
Although
don't-
that can change, and we know that
We can-
because
that can
it's a
change on a
ratio.
dime, yeah.
And with the accessory dwelling unit by right, and some of the other, density moving targets that are happening, that is not
That number is
assured.
not assured, yeah.
so I think that's, and I think, yeah, we can definitely sit and talk about the sort of arguments as we get closer, or
Okay.
points of that as we get closer. But,
It was Bob Rainville and his son Paul
okay.
maybe is doing it now, or may have more information, so I'll look
Okay.
into that.
No, I know Norman is working at the transfer station. That's why I had Norman in my head, because I signed, this is gonna become a problem too, because I sign a lot of things and do a lot of things for the board that are now gonna get mucked up with all of the other things. So be
Right.
aware.
Right.
So I will pull random things.
It's good.
Yeah. Okay, so we have a plan. If you can't make one of the meetings that you are signed up for, just let me know, and we'll make sure that somebody else can step in or do it to the next meeting. The nice thing about starting this early is if we can't make August, we can
Well,
make September.
Mhm.
But I think, I will reach out to each of these and get us on the agenda.
Oh, all of
Um,
them?
Yeah, I mean, it's,
Okay, cool.
yeah.
Alrighty.
Because I'll just,
Like, yay,
I'll
great.
just do a form email
Alright.
and say, please.
You can have
you please-
ChatGPT do that for you.
I literally could. I could say, please write me an email. Do this. Oftentimes, what I'll do is I'll write one, and then I'll have it check it for grammar and
I'm
stuff.
afraid to get into it because I might have
You
it,
can-
send
it's
my
very-
kids Christmas cards.
It's really
or
not good for that
something.
hyper focus like thing,
But-
because
Anyway. Yeah.
yeah. All right. I don't think there is anything else for tonight.
This list of who's attending what, can we pass that around on, how do we, if I
Yeah.
put it in the minutes, I don't know if the minutes won't be posted until like after some of
We
these
can-
meetings happen, probably.
We can put it in a chart and make sure that everybody is going, just no discussing it. Or
Okay,
no,
so
and
I'll
even
put
with
the
that,
list
I mean,
and
it's
can
no different than
confirm.
me reaching out and saying, hey, can you go to that meeting?
Okay,
The meeting is posted, we're
The
not
meeting is posted.
deciding anything, even other than who's going.
which
We're
is
not
not
discussing it.
But it's not business per
It's not
se.
business.
Okay, so I will send the list of what I think is happening.
Okay.
On
And
those,
if
and we
it's
can all look
not-
at it, and then you
if
put
it's
it
not-
on
my fridge.
and then you
reply
look
to
at your
me.
calendar, and then yeah, and I will say respond directly to Lisa if there's a.
Yep, and I will fix it as needed. All right,
Is that all?
yep, motion to adjourn,
Second.
all in favor?
Oh, I have to wait. You said that.